something nautical, just something different in this month of December. So this is our monthly card club. I'm going to first show you what's in a card club kit. Of course, this is not like you can't order this kit now, but if you go to my site, you can get next month's kit, which will be based on perennial postage. But this one will be available in the future, maybe as a past kit. So maybe I'll do it as an add-on, my leftover kits. All right, so if you are in the US, you can get one of my really fun kits. And every 6 months you get, in addition to all this fun stuff you get each month in my Card on Blue Card Club, you get a swag bag every 6 months, which is, my mom makes the fabric swag bag. So that's really cool. All right, so you get some embellishments. We'll be using, let's see, we'll be using these today. In color dots, in colors, the 2023-2025 in color dots. And then you get some blue adhesive back gems. Now, my card club is called Card on Blue, and every month we do something blue because I love blue. At least something in your kit is blue. It's kind of like something borrowed, something blue. Here's the Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. And you get all the little pieces and even some extra deckled circles in your kit. So these pieces are cut for you. The Misty Moonlight. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some more. I'll give you the measurements, but I'm gonna cut some more. But they're all cut for you, and you get the designer series paper. You get. Let me just go ahead and put this back inside the bag. That way I know which one's the new kit and which one's the old. I used Oh Holy Night. It's a Christmas type of paper because I thought it looked really good. It had some nice nautical, water-looking themes in addition to the Bethlehem scene. That's all there is of this because there's no more. No more. Stampin' Up! Ran out of this very popular paper. And then you get 2 boho blue card bases, 2 pebble path. We make 8 projects a month. You get 4 pieces, 2 very vanilla cardstock, and then some basic white cardstock, and 4 envelopes. And that's in this package. Again, I'm not opening that one. We'll open my other one. And everything coordinates. Everything coordinates and everything's die cut for you, and you just cut the paper yourself. You always get some kind of extra gift. This month it was mini glue dots. You always get some product included. I mean, in addition to the product samples, you have extra product. Always a treat. I actually put Christmas treats in there, but this time I'm just putting these in there so that they last longer because I'm not sure when I'm selling this kit. I did do a Christmas card. And the foils, blue foils, this is retired, and so is the Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. We did make a card with the retired paper. I'll show you that at the end of this video. Some more die-cut shapes, because I couldn't resist using the Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper to make a card. And more card bases. These are Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, basic white, and some envelopes. Okay, and you always get ribbon, embellishments. There's the ribbon. Boho Blue textured ribbon and Night of Navy bordered ribbon. We'll use both of those today. So that's your kit. And then you get something talking about the card club in there, like a sheet of paper as well. You'll get catalogs, upcoming events, etc. So that's what the kit is all about. And I'm going to just show you this. And I won't do this for the second and third video of this series. I'll just show it to you. I mean, I'll show you this, but I'm not going to show you the kit again. So Whale Watching is going to retire soon, and it's $22, and you can get it and then just pay shipping as a present to yourself. If you like what we're doing, you can use any sentiments you want. You don't need, this stamp set doesn't have any sentiments, but you can use any sentiments. And you get that at my Stampin' Up! Store. I'm using the new glass mat. This is something all new team members who join my team in January are going to be able to get. A little bit of glare over there on the mat. That's my Stampin' Up! Store. You're going to be able to get this as part of your starter kit. And the whole studio you're going to be able to get for free. This is, I've been playing around with the stenciling. This is a silicone washable tray. And you also have a chamois to wipe everything down. All right, I want to start with getting out the Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper, which I just pulled out a minute ago. And we're going to go ahead and cut the pieces we need for both cards because some things are the same. We don't need to duplicate efforts, right? We can just do both things at the same time. So when it's important to know which way the paper goes. So for example, the wide side is going to be like this for this piece of Let's Go Fishing. Here's the other side. I'll just go ahead and show you this paper. This is in the annual catalog and it's pretty cool paper. So I'll just take out the pieces we need for these projects. We're going to use this piece here, the wave piece. you're going to use a piece of this one. This is Pebbled Path. Again, everything is carefully curated for you. All of the colors and everything goes together really nicely because it's curated. I put a lot of thought and effort into the kits, and I have helpers as well helping with this massive die cutting effort. So it's really, really a great deal to join my card club. And there's a special, if you join for the year, you even save even more if you subscribe. You can join by the month as well. So if we're going to take this piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it this way first. And we're going to take this piece. And this piece, it doesn't matter which way we turn it. These are going to be your typical card base size. Card layer size, which is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the 4. I'm going to turn it and cut the 5 1/4. And that way I get the pattern the way I want it to go. Like so. So now this one is going to, let me move my waves over here. Waves, waves, waves. Boho Blue and Pebbled Path. I cut and score all the card bases for you. This one's going to go like so on a card that will open like this. It'll be open horizontally, I would say. These both are going to stand up. And this one's going to open like so. And this is going to go on here. So that's our Boho Blue card base and our Pebbled Path card base. Okay, next we're going to do the Misty Moonlight layer for this particular card. And it's 3/4 of an inch smaller than the outside. So we're going to go over here and we're going to make it. So that was, so one was, the first layer was 4 inches wide. So this one's going to be 3 1/4 inch wide because it's 3/4 inch smaller. So 3 1/4 inch wide, Misty Moonlight cardstock. I'm going to turn that by 4 1/2. Okay, that's going to go with that card there. We'll write down the measurements for you. Now we need a piece of this one here. We need a piece of this and we need a piece of that. We need to find that piece. I just had it pulled out. Didn't I? You saw me just pull them all out. Oh, here it goes. It flipped over. So now we're just going, I'm just going to pull that 1/4 of an inch smaller. So we went from 4 to 3 1/4, and now we're going 3 inches wide. Four and 1/4. I'm just layering it all up for you, like so. This is going to be a multi-layered card. It's one of my go-to card styles, where you put a piece of cardstock there. It just really makes the... See, if you were to try to do this, and you're like, oh, well, it's part of the same pack. No, that's awful. That doesn't... No, don't ever do that. If you ever do that, I mean, just have my voice in your head saying, please don't do that. Okay, there's no contrast here. Don't do that. You need to put it on a piece of solid color cardstock from the coordinating colors, and then put it on there like that. I mean, look at the difference between that and just putting it straight on the back. I mean, there's no comparison. You must have this piece here. All right, let's put that there. Well, actually, this one's going to go on. This one. Where's my wave? Wave. Yeah. Oh, no, that's right. That's going on that one. And then we need a piece of this little denim looking one. And that is, again, just be aware of the way the pattern goes. I like the grain going this way, right? So I'm going to make it, it's 2 3/4. I'm going to get rid of that little bit there. It kind of looks like a sort of a defect by 4. Now, since I have this new Glass Mat Studio, I'm going to play around with, I'm thinking it would be fun to get some of those markers. When I was a teacher, I used to use to write on glass these wax, I think they were called like wax markers. Maybe not wax markers. They were like something that you write on and then you can, it's like a crayon marker. But anyway, you wipe it off. So I think that'd be fun to have those. But in the meantime, I need to write on paper because I don't have anything that will write on the glass for me right now. But that's basically the card. That's how easy this card is. I mean, it looked like I was doing a lot, but it's really, I wasn't doing much. just cutting some paper layers. So don't overthink it. Just make layers. I'm just going to write down some stuff here. All right, so this is going to be our boho blue. And the boho blue is going to be, when you open it up, it's going to be 11 inches, right? Oh, wide. So let me just show you what that looks like. Like this, 11 inches. And it's going to be 4 1/4. High. And then, of course, we're going to turn it like that. So that is our first layer, boho blue. And you're going to score it. Score at 5 1/2 inches. All right, so that's the first thing. And then we have layer 1. I'll probably use the same kind of paper. Let me use the same color paper. We'll use a different color paper for the other card. I just don't know if I have any more white stickies. Yep, I have one more white sticky. So, okay, we can use the same. All right, layer 1. Layer 1's easy. It's 5 1/4 times 4. All right, 4 inches. Layer 2. Oh, and this was, layer 1 is DSP. Layer 2 is cardstock. Cardstock. 1 word, 2 word. It really doesn't matter. And that is 4 1/2 times 3 1/4. Layer 3 is DSP. Oh, that rhymes. Layer 3 is DSP. Layer 3 is DSP. We're going to make a cheer. 4 1/4 times 3. And then we have layer 4. DSP again. And you can take notes as to which pattern of DSP or just take a screenshot. This is what your card looks like. And then layer 4 is going to be 4 inches times 2 3/4. All right, and that's it. Now we're going to take a little piece of ribbon and tie it around. Oh, we have to stamp. We have to stamp while it's flat. And I'm going to try stamping on my glass mat for the first time. This is going to be fun. Now, I thought it'd be fun to just use the Misty Moonlight color. Here are the whales. They're awesome. Awesome sauce. We're going to use that whale and the little baby whale. These are killer whales, so they're really fun. Let's get a... I still will stamp on a sticky note just to the first time. We're going to mount the stamp flat side up like so. We're going to mount this one as well. Stamping block B, stamping block D. Stamping block D is the one you're going to use all the time. And I'm pretty sure I used Misty Moonlight for a tone-on-tone color. And if not, I may have used Night of Navy. So I always stamp over there first. Just to get a good, make sure I have a good image. All right, and then we're going to stamp right onto this paper. Okay, I think it looks good. Maybe I did use Night of Navy, though. It looks like I did use Night of Navy. It was darker. I think I want to do that again with Night of Navy and see what that looks like. What did we say? 3, layer 3, DSP, 3 by 4 1/4. Okay, having your measurements handy makes this easy. I'm going to go and try Night of Navy. Now, when you have a color that's darker, you can just go like this and get rid of the color. And then you can, right? You can get rid of the color by putting it on there. Let's see. I think maybe I did use Night of Navy. I think I'm holding it for a couple seconds too, just to make it. Oh, that looks way better. Either way, it looks way better. So use a dark color or ink up your Misty Moonlight. But I'm pretty sure I did use Misty Moonlight for this. So proud of you. And you can use any sentiment you want. I just thought, I'm using So Sincere because whale watching doesn't come with sentiments. And you guys voted. I let you vote because we did use So Sincere in our card club. And I knew most of my card club members had this. So I said, which sentiment did you want? And you picked it during one of my videos. You said you wanted So Proud of You. And you told me you wanted a Get Well card. That's what you requested. So that's what we're doing, a Get Well card and then a Proud of You card. Because we had done these other 4 sentiments, thankful, happy, heart, sympathy card, and this one. We had done these 4 for a different club. Maybe the month before, It's all blending together. And now I'm going to get this really cool punch. I'm going to punch out the shape. Okay, those either are, maybe one of you can say what the name of this punch is. I already forgot. It's kind of a new punch. And I'm just going to use a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And I punch first before I stamp. I just make a couple shapes. This was something that I used during the World Card Making Day a lot. Lots of fun. Okay, I'm going to mount this So Proud of You onto a stamping block here. And I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. Stamp it a couple times. And then we're going to stamp it onto the glass mat, onto the shape. Leaving room for our whale on top. The whale frolicking in, I always just do a couple extras. I mean, I always need Proud of You cards. We have graduations. Like, for example, my nephew, he graduated from the National Guard. He did the training. So it's still graduation, but it was a military graduation. Right? And now he got sent to the border. And so I'm proud of him for doing that. And you could have like a team member you're proud of for promoting to another level. You could have a graduation or something like that. So, or just someone doing a job well done. Now I'm going to try to use this Misty Moonlight again for the little whale. I think it just doesn't have a lot of ink in it. That's why it was a little bit lighter. And put that on top. Oh yeah, that one came out nice. All right, if you guys are saying comments, I'm missing them. So I see 4 likes, thank you. 14 watching, please check in and say hello. And if you said what the name of this tag is, I can't even see any comments. Sometimes my phone just goes a little crazy on me. So that is that. Now let's see if we need it for the next card. I have to peek at the next card and see if we're using Misty Moonlight again. Yes, we are. So we're going to keep that Misty Moonlight out. Yeah, we don't need the Native Navy anymore. I can put this color away. That's good. Put that over there. And I'm going to go ahead and take out one of these little shapes for the next card. And we can do that one while we're here. Hope you're feeling better. So for the Hope You're Feeling Better, and I know I did a lot of things at once, as you can tell. But here's the card. If you guys are confused, there's what I'm doing. I do, this is the card number 1. But at the same time, while I'm here, and even though I'm not finished assembling this card yet, I want to finish my stamping. See? So I'm going to just go ahead and stamp the whale, and then we'll ink up the edges. Okay, I'm stamping the whale into white. I'm going to take the blending brush. Now, normally I put the ink onto a stamping block, so we're just going to try putting the ink right onto the glass mat. We'll see how that works out. Ha! Just have fun dipping right into it. Because it's glass, we can just go wash it all off. It's going to be so easy to wash. So I'm just going to rub a little bit over here and just go in there and go around the corners. And after this, I'll just ink up a bunch more things because that was a lot of ink that came off my ink pad. That's a juicy ink pad. I'm just like for dimension, I'm using boho blue. Again, if I haven't mentioned, I'm using boho blue because it's a coordinating color. And I'm just getting in there on the edges. There we go. All right. I'm going to do Get Well. Or Hope You're Feeling Better. This one. We're going to do Hope You're Feeling Better. I'm going to kick this whale off of here from, oh no, I need him again. I'm going to need him again. I need a different stamping block. We'll just use a gigantic stamping block because I'm going to need this stamping block again for the whale. So I'm going to do Hope You're Feeling Better. I'm just inking it up. Okay, looks good. And then I'm going to put it on here. Okay, now sometimes it's really good to use a gigantic stamping block like I did. I mean, that wasn't on purpose. It was the only one I had handy. But when you do that, you really get good leverage and good coverage on your stamp. So that's for the next card. And I just wanted to get that out of the way and get that done. Now, let's see. We are going to, these don't need to be inked up. We're gonna attach this to here. And we're going to do some stamping under the paper. So this one, we need a little ribbon to go around it. Let me get rid of this. So you have your measurements, but you still also need a little bit of ribbon. Now, even though I'm going to ink that up later, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm afraid I'm just going to get that all over my projects. So I'm just going to go like that and turn that upside down. And that way I don't get ink all over my projects. Because I'm done with all my ink. Well, not all my inking, because I still have some whales to stamp in a moment. But let's try to do the assembly here. We'll stamp the other whales in a little bit. We're trying to find the ribbon that I pulled out before the video. I don't want to have to dig into the embellishments because there was a pack already out. Well, it is what it is. As soon as I open up the new embellishments, I will find the other embellishments. Because I was like, aren't these cute? Oh, here we go. Here we go. There they are. I'm going to open up this pack here. So we are using, let's see what the name of this is. The Night of Navy bordered ribbon. My mom really she does these for me. She's 91, bless her heart. She's just so great. She helps with their business, and she does so much of the extra help, and that she makes bags for you guys. So anyway, she wraps these really tight. So you might want to go like this and just get a little friction and heat just to get any little, because she just wraps them tight to get any little wrinkles out. Okay, now you're going to go like that and wrap that around. I like this Night of Navy bordered ribbon. And we're just going to use Seal Plus. Across there. Little piece there. Around the middle. Go around. Kind of ashamed to cover up those cute little fish, isn't it? This is great paper. We used this paper one other time, I believe. And the other time we also didn't use the fish. I don't think we used the fish. But we've used this paper one other time in our club, I believe. If not, it was in my other workshop. I have to think back of when we used it. It's been 6 months already. So 7 months. Because my first group of 6-month anniversary all got their swag bag. They got a Christmas swag bag. So the next group of people that reach their 6 months are going to get a spring swag bag instead of a Christmas swag bag. But they'll still get all the fun stuff in it. Let's layer this up. We're going to put this on here. Wait a minute. I cut it the wrong size. And I've already wrapped the ribbon around it. I'd rather make it the right size. So it was supposed to be 2 3/4, not 3 inches wide. So it's okay. It's all good. We can fix anything on this channel. 2 3/4 inches. Is my whale still centered? Come on up. Come on up. Yeah, my whale's centered enough. Good enough. I wrote the measurements down right. I just didn't do it right. 5/4. The reason I want to make sure I fix this layer because all the other layers depend on this layer. All right, we're back to fixing that. It's all good. We don't worry about little things in life. We have bigger fish to fry, as they say. We're going to put that like so. Next layer. Cardstock layer. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Next layer. Another Let's Go Fishing layer. This stuff's so strong you don't really need to cover up your whole paper with it. The layers with ribbon I put a lot more adhesive on. And the last layer. Just being sure that you don't put it upside down on your card. Just double check. Open up your card. So this Let's Go Fishing has, if you know people like to fish and you want to make a bunch of cards for them, like this is a great suite. The Let's Go Fishing is a whole suite of products and with a really cute little tackle box die. And the die in the tackle box makes a lot of extra shapes that are really cool. All right, see how quick and easy that put together? And we need some dimensionals. Dimensionals. I'm just using some black dimensionals. So you don't want to put dimensionals on your ribbon because they don't hold very well. Like they don't stick to the ribbon very well. But make sure you put a couple back there, and that's good. Center that. Kind of centered. And then we're going to take our little gems, our in color dots, because these are in colors. We have wild, so this is Copper Clay and Pebbled Path, and Wild Wheat's also coordinating colors. So basically any of these, Pebbled Path, Copper Clay, any of these are going to coordinate. So just pick a few and just put them on there. You could put blue, but the blue is going to be like, then maybe even too much blue. Or can we ever have too much blue? I don't think we can have too much blue. I'm just going to do what I did earlier. I'm just using Copper Clay. Whoops. I should have used the Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to use the big Pebble Path one. And there you have it. That's our card. We have dimension. We have ribbon. We have layers. We have whales. And in the inside of the card, did I put anything? Yes, I put some waves on the inside of the card. So let's put some waves on the inside of the card. You're going to get a piece of basic or very vanilla. And you're just going to stamp some whales on there. I'm just going to move my mat up here. And the whale, or this one was Misty Moonlight. I already have this inked up. So I just went like this. And then I went like that. And then I went like this and that. Basically just some are dark and some are light. Right? And then like that. So just kind of stamp some waves on the bottom. And then attach that to the inside of your card. And you're good to go. You have a nice nautical theme. Any questions? Let's see. I'm going to see who, we're going to say hi to those who've checked in. Janet. Oh, she's happy I'm making this card tonight. You were in the mood for whales. I know you've done some beautiful Hanukkah stuff and Christmas or holiday crafts, so that's awesome. And now it's time for some fun splashing. Hello, Dawn. And Robin from Florida. And T from Texas. And Christina. And Denise Wisdom. And I'm using, the DSP I'm using, in case you got here late, is called Let's Go Fishing. Let's Go Fishing. This is in the annual catalog. And you can get it anytime. But if you want to get it for yourself for Christmas, you know, place an order this year. Why not? Why wait till next year? This is my store, and it's available now. Let's go fishing. So let's make the second card. We already have this piece made. We're just going to attach. Well, we can't attach it yet. We need a little bit of, we need to stamp it first. So we're going to do some stamping on it. So Misty Moonlight's there. And we're going to take the little whales and the big whales. So for this one, I recommend you're going to use the piece of foil out of this package. I gave you some blue foils. Hello, Eileen from Arizona. And Anne loves this ribbon. I do too, because it's blue and because it's bicolored and because it's shiny and it bends easy and it's flat. I like flat ribbons that don't make my projects all bulky. Anyway, take out this piece of foil and you're going to cut it in half because remember I told you make 2 of each card. So just cut it in half because I gave you 2-inch strips of foil. I would have given you more foil. It wasn't that I was being cheap or anything. It's just that I don't have a lot of this. It was retired. And I was giving you what I had. It's called the blue foils. It went with the waves. So I just gave everybody 2-inch strips and you can make 2 cards out of it. A little piece of adhesive here. So now attach this first because, well, you don't have to attach it first because we're stamping. But what I'm saying is, it's just kind of lay it here first like so, right? So that way you put your whales in the right spot. In other words, do all your layout. Stick your sentiment there. I know that's not the right sentiment. Here's my sentiment. Stick everything on there before you stamp, like so. And that way we'll know where to put our little whales. So we're going to put two baby whales on top. We're going to put them, not baby, but, you know, juvenile. They're not babies, but they're part of the pack. I'm just using Misty Moonlight. So I just like this color. It's a cool color. Okay, 2 whales up there. And you can use Night of Navy. And then we're going to do 2 big whales down the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to just... I may have to move this up a little bit, like here. Let's see. So this card layout might have to go like that, putting him in the top. Yeah, I may make that card layout a little bit different than the first one where I put in the middle, just so I could fit the whales. So if you either want to have something on the top third, it's like the rule of thirds. I don't know if you know about photography, the rule of thirds. If you ever took a photography class, they talk about the rule of thirds. Well, it's kind of the same in any composition or when you're talking about card making as well. And you wouldn't want to put like this can go in the middle, that's fine, but otherwise it should kind of be on the top third. You don't want to be like slightly off the center because that would look weird. So you want to put it up higher so like it looks deliberate. Put that up higher, then it looks deliberately up higher. So that's just my advice. And so I'm going to go ahead and attach this foil piece across, and the other one I did, like you can see the one over there is more centered. I'm just going to put it there and cut the edges off. And put it up a little higher. I just want to put it as high as it'll go without cutting off the other whales. It was kind of challenging making these cards because I'm like, where am I going to put all these cute whales? And I'm like, I'm going to put them in the ocean where the water is. Because I was like, it's just such cool paper. And I know it went with it, but I was like, where do the whales go? And now after I cut this off, I can put the ribbon. And this time we're going to use the boho. This is thicker ribbon. This is going to make your card much more bulky than the other one. You have more than enough ribbon to do a couple cards, and you can do some more. So put a little bit of adhesive there. Okay, and then you can put the rest of the adhesive around the back. I just do that and then I cut it. It's just easier. Let's make sure that it's even, which it's not. So we have to put this side here. We're just going to lift it off, get it even, and then bend it around. And now it's ready to attach. So now I can finally shut this ink. I know it's getting you all nervous. It's getting me nervous. Whenever I have ink on my table, things can happen where it gets all over. So this has to be, I have to go wash all these. All right, now I'm going to put that there. So this one we need some dimensionals. And again, dimensionals don't stick well to the ribbon. They stick well to the foil, but not to the ribbon. But you still might, just so the ribbon doesn't slip a lot, you could put a couple on the ribbon like that. Halfway touching the foil, halfway touching the ribbon. Put one there. Let's see how far down we're going to have this. It's going to be kind of like that. So we could put one there. I'm going to put one more up the top. So it's going to be a square. A square of 4 dimensionals with holding this. Hope you're feeling better. I think this card will make someone feel better because it's really different. They're going to be like, wow, especially this time of year. They're going to be like, that's really neat. Like, it's homemade, there's whales, and it might bring them back to a time when they went whale watching, because personally, I have a lot of good memories of whale watching because I studied marine biology, and when we went to Cape Cod, we took a road trip from Florida where I was studying, and then we drove up to Cape Cod in a road trip with our marine mammalogy class. I actually took a whole entire class about marine mammals, and we studied manatees in the springs of Florida and whales up off Cape Cod, and we just did all these like really cool things in that class. But we were like, I have good memories of whale watching. We didn't see like this. We were actually looking for, you know, humpbacks and things, other kinds of whales. Right whales were there. Let's see. But I did see killer whales. I saw killer whales when I was in Alaska, whale watching in Alaska. What I'm doing is I'm making sure there's some adhesive over the top of that ribbon so it doesn't get all funky. And this one doesn't need any bling because it already has bling with the silver. The silver foil, I think, is enough bling. If you want to add your bling, you can, but I think too many gems might poke through the envelope. All right, so this one, there's really no measurements for this except for, I don't need to, the measurements is going to be like this, guys. Here. It's the same as this. So without me, I don't need to write it down. The card is, I guess I'll write it down because the card's a little different, but there's really no other measurements because there was only one back card base and one piece of foil, which is really you just cutting the foil in half. So we'll go ahead and we'll do it though. We'll go ahead and write it. So you have it pebbled path. And so this card is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. And you're going to score at 4 1/4. And then your layer is going to be layer 1 is going to be 5 1/4, just same as before, times 4. And then layer 2, which is your foil, is going to be 5 1/4 by 1 inch. You just cut your foil in half, and that's your card. Add bling if you want to. And I didn't do anything to the inside of this card, but you can take your basic white. You have basic white in here. And you can put your, this is an incomplete kit. I took a bunch of extra kits I had and I just threw them in my mystery boxes because I didn't want to take them apart and have all these random card bases. I was like, someone will like this. Someone will have fun with that. So let me show you what else we're making in this series, like the other 2 cards. Oh yeah, I'm very well traveled because I studied marine biology and then I taught marine biology for 17 years off and on. I taught marine biology and technology. So I was like very into that field and still do things with it sometimes, like underwater photography and stuff. So yeah, she's like in this paper, like in these cards. All right, let me show you the other 2 cards we're going to make. So, hope that's easy enough. And you can do some waves in your Get Well card on the inside, but that'll be a white inside. Because you want to make sure the white, see, this is a very vanilla inside because the paper is very vanilla. This one should be white inside because that's white. So I gave you 2 pieces of white, 2 pieces of very vanilla. All right, the next card we're going to make, or the next time we're going to make these 2 cards, we'll make them together in one video. And we're going to use the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper to make this card. And then you'll have lots of extra Christmas paper to use for your projects. And we're going to also make a giant whale with the splash because both times it's splashing just a little bit differently. And we're going to use the Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. And the reason we're just going to make, you're going to be able to make 2 cards out of this, even though I only had enough to give you 6 sheets each. You're still going to have enough to do 2 cards because there's so many pieces with waves on them. And then for this Bethlehem card, or Oh Holy Night card, there's enough for this paper where you have 2 sheets of this kind of paper. And then you can use all this other paper for just like your holiday projects, which is really fun. So that's what we're making next time. A thank you and because you're awesome cards. So we're going to be using this Circle Saying stamp set. We're done using the So Sincere stamp set. And when I say later, I'm hoping tomorrow, but can't promise. If it is tomorrow, it'll be this time tomorrow. Like after hubby goes to bed, right? So it'll be like later at night. All right. That's all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Have a great evening. And thank you for the thumbs up, Anne. And thank you for your comment, Christine. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, especially those of you who've come back again and again for all of my different lives, like this whole week as I was sharing all kinds of different things like Christmas related, unboxing related, etc. Thank you. Bye-bye.